So today we're going to be sewing a fur headband or a fur scarf. So your first step is on the skin side of the fur to draw out your pattern with a pen. This headband we are making in this video is out of beaver and measures 3 inches wide by 24 inches long. Using a one-sided razor, carefully follow the line, pushing lightly enough so you are only cutting the skin and not the fur. I prefer cutting towards me. Pull tight with your left hand, cut with your right, lifting the fur up off of the cutting mat and drawing the razor towards you slowly. Now, cut out your liner a 1/2 inch to 1 inch larger on each side and 3 inches longer in length. Your liner can be of cotton, flannel, or fleece, a fabric that feels comfortable against your forehead. Fold in 3 edges of the liner to match up exactly with the fur headband. Cut a piece of velcro 1 to 2 inches wide by 4 inches long. Sew the hard side of the velcro to the right side of the liner, preferably with a sewing machine. and sew the soft side of the velcro as a separate tab on the fabric. Now put the fur and fabric right sides together. Using a needle, push the fur in and sew or tack the top right edge, the one with the soft velcro, using a Glover needle and some strong nylon thread, or you may prefer imitation sinew. This stitch that I'm using is called the whip stitch. Make a couple whip stitches and then tie a knot. This knot may take a few tries to get it just right, but just get it tight against the skin side of the fur, and I make a double knot to make sure it's secure. Now move to the left side of your headband and continue to tack with a few stitches and a double knot, tucking in the fur along the way. Now come down the side about 3 inches, tack with a few stitches, and then knot. You can also use binder clips to keep the headband pieces together as you sew or tack in several places with the needle and the thread. Now go directly across to the other side, tack with a few stitches, and knot. Tack every 3 inches along both sides of the headband. When you are 3 inches away from the end of the headband, sew on that separate Velcro tab. Tuck the tab in between the fur and the fabric, right side of the tab against the right side of the fur. Sew down the tab. Now sew a strip of fabric 5 inches by 1.5 inches to the right side of fur. Sew this strip of fabric directly over the velcro tab. Okay, so now you are at your last tack on the right side, and then you will go over to the left side and do the same thing. Tack and knot. This tacking makes it so much easier to sew your headband together, and it also makes for an even, straight, nice fitting headband. So now you're ready to sew 3 sides together using the whip stitch. You will be sewing both sides and one of the tops. Keep the tab side open. It's time to turn the headband right side out. Using a ruler or something long like a dowel, push the sewn side down through the open side. The right side of the fur and the right side of the liner should be on the outside now. And this last step will be to sew the headband shut with a hidden stitch. Make sure to keep the velcro tab out. Pin the liner to the fabric strip. Make sure you have the velcro tab able to attach to each other. Students can now embellish their headband or scarf if desired.